Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. We're going to have a quick reading, and I'm just having a look at what cards to use. We'll use those ones and those ones and those ones. Okay, right. I felt like there was something I was going to say, but I don't know what it is. We'll have a quick check-in now, just in case, just in case it's prolonged again. So you might hear quite a lot of movement in the background, which is fine. There's just lots going on around. My daughter's carrying a chest of drawers, a self-assembly one, up the stairs. She's panting. Oh, she's making all these noises. Okay. I've got the Villains Tarot. Tarot. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's just have a nice reading. Good afternoon. That's what I was going to say to you. Good afternoon. How are we this afternoon? Are we doing good? That's really what I wanted to say was good afternoon. Ursula. A tuxedo was coming to mind. And just paying attention. Do you pay attention to the sounds as you're thinking your thoughts? So we've just experienced this in the garden. We were talking, well, for one I was thinking something and I was listening to something, and as they said something, it sounded like a foghorn went off, like from a boat. It's like we've got trains and cars, boats, planes, trains and automobiles. And then they got talking about like the horns that you have on your bike, and Jamie's got a really good one. It was like, Hagen, Hagen. And then a car actually like copied and went, Hagen, Hagen. And my daughter noticed that. And I said, now you're in the zone. You're starting to notice how nature, so I've got an itchy foot, how nature responds to you, to give you signs, and it's like to let you know they're there. Right, not a great hand here. I feel like I want to pick them up as if we're playing cards. My poker face, my poker face. Oh, I wonder if I'd be good at poker. I don't know how to play poker. So someone's poker face. Not letting on, that maybe they know something. Okay, Ursula. I've also just heard about octopuses. I was listening to actually a tarot reading and they spoke about octopus. And Ursula. That's what they were taken to. The tuxedo. She doesn't look too happy. So this is a masculine here. Gentleman's attire. I like it a lot. I work with menswear now, so I do I hang around this kind of setup. I feel like Ursula here is kind of like making up all these potions, trying to see which one will work, but nothing's working. So I don't know whether or not this masculine's kind of going somewhere. Initially, when I pulled these cards, I felt like an important event, and this feminine becomes like Ursula. Because next we had like the Queen of Wands, like two-faced. Poker face, I don't know, two-faced. So this could be an event where it seals the deal of divorce after the behaviour. So either this is stopping someone coming up with like these potions. I felt more excuses, reasons, sicknesses maybe, that you can't like go out, that you can't go wherever you're going to, or whether she comes with you and then it's an embarrassment. And then the Three of Swords, which is, I felt like sealing the deal of divorce. It's like there's a big S swirling around this. That's all here. That swirling smoke in the background is attached to, because I feel the S has nothing to do with, do you know when you're like Superman? Anyway, you got 3 swords here. Them swords need to be taken out of the heart. That's what this card's about, healing. Hi, Spotty Pony. Good afternoon, darling. And this S has something to do with this, because it can pull the swords out of the heart. The seal. It's a seal. The smoke is, the bottom here is attached to all the handles. If you notice, it's not really going near the blades, though. Clever. Beep, 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 beep. Because I was thinking, I'm not sure if it's the karmic that's clever. A good poker face. Very two-faced. A split personality. A split soul. What is this energy on my table? Hi, Original. Hello. I've just got home. Well, welcome home. It's a welcome home party. Well, if you're at a welcome home party, you expect people to like be happy that you're home. I feel like this feminine, she's happier when you're at home rather than when you're away for this masculine. So, but I don't feel like it's a welcome home. If you have been away and you get home, you get like bombarded. A guilt trip. It's like it's not like a I missed you in a good sense. Okay. So the senses have been aroused. You know when you can sense that something's off. I'd say this masculine wants to spend the least amount of time at home, which is infuriating this karmic energy here. He's like, he wants to go out, socialise, have a reason to kind of get dressed up. It's nice, isn't it? It's like 1 minute you might think she's alright with it and then the next minute she's not. It's a ball ache, it's a heartache. And we've got the Three of Cups. Notice this masculine here, what's going on with his hand. You know, like when you're under the thumb. He's right there, like near his freedom. There's like a door, a doorway, a portal. Three of Cups. I want to read that card. Hi Cynthia. Back from the dentist with the left side of our face completely numb. Laugh out loud. Must be a link, yes. Just trying to think what other signs I've seen to do with... When you said that, it's like... Not the dentist part, although I felt... I mean, someone else is at the dentist, so that does come in. And maybe they can't even go to the dentist alone, you know? It's like, geez, this suffocating energy. But you can't keep someone trapped in the house. And the more that you try to, the more that they're going to rebel. So, yeah. And I use this as an example, actually. You know when someone maybe makes a comment and they say, no wonder why you haven't got any money, because blah, 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 you spend it on gaming, Pokemon cards, you know, something that you like. Oh, just, well, you kind of know, but it's not really anyone else's business. But it's a little trigger. So, but what I noticed that you'll do the opposite. So every time. So, let's say if somebody said to you, I'll use the example that was said to me, because just talking, you know, daily, and it's like to someone regularly, shall I say that? Like if you're working with somebody, you talk about like your day, don't you, and what you have for dinner last night, blah blah blah. And my colleague said to me, she didn't say no, like no wonder have you haven't got any money, because that's not the case. But she said to me, you spend a lot of money on takeaways, don't you? And I went, yeah, lately we have. And she said, think of all like the shopping like you could buy and the good stuff and that. And I said, yeah, I know. And what I found is, because it was like, well, she is right. I could go and, like, one takeaway, I could maybe go and get 3 really nice meals, like starter, main, and a pudding, if I wanted. I reckon I could. For, like, the amount it cost for 4 of us to, like, have a takeout. Yeah. Not cheap nowadays, is it? I mean, you're talking, like, £40–50 every time. So I took it on board, but what I've noticed, I had McDonald's breakfast since then, and then I actually went out and had a lunch with my daughter. The same day I had a McDonald's breakfast, and then went and had a pub lunch, and where my daughter just got like waffle fries, I kind of had like a full meal, and I'm like, I don't actually know why I'm doing this, and I had a pint of lager and lime. I don't really want the lager all on its own. And I'm sitting there thinking, this is really just like, you know, the norm. And I KFC last night. Jamie just looks at me and goes, take out? It's like, why not? So yes. So I found that I've been doing the opposite. So when my daughter like told me, like her example, it was like, you do know you're going to do that more, don't you? Because you go, I don't really care what they think. I said, but it's still triggered. She was like, I didn't get triggered. I said, I didn't mean in a bad way, but I said, but it's something like, who are you to judge me on what I'm doing, you know, or whether or not I can afford to do something. So it's like that little rebel comes out in you. You can't go out, but I'm going to go out even more. Like, I feel the soul just does something. I don't know if you guys experience that, but it's like, you're best not to like have an opinion with me and just let me do what I'm going to do. But yeah, it is kind of a, I do feel I personally do like the opposite of what others others say. Yeah. Right. But when you said about the body being completely numb, I can't think what body part or what that is taking me to, but there is a sink out there. 555 is another sink still, because I noticed yesterday's video was on for 5551, I believe. But okay, it's there. And 44s, I said they're coming into the equation. I come home today to like package this chest of drawers, and it says that it comes from warehouse 441. Oh, that's interesting. And yeah, Right, 3 of Cups, because I'm really not staying on for too long. 15 minutes, 11 seconds in. Let's have a look at this the celebrating card. How dare you have so much fun? The 3 of Cups. Celebration, friendship and gifts. It's a time for celebration. There may be a specific event such as a marriage or birth. Take the time to enjoy the pleasures of friendship, joy and energy, receiving help or gifts, the end of a difficult or exhausting period in your time, success in the arts. It actually took me to, like, Moon Cookie. What, did she have, like, a divorce party or something, wasn't it? I mean, some people are really, you know, it's a relief to actually be divorced, for that to be done. I've known many people that when they split up with their partner, it's like immediately divorce. I didn't detest my husband that much to feel the need. It was bad enough, you know, having to, like, say, okay, you know, I don't want us to live like this anymore. There was no need to, you know, I need the marriage to end right now and I want nothing to... No, he was my friend. So, but I've heard the stories. I have heard the stories, but I haven't experienced it. That wasn't my story. It was very beautiful and easy. Hey, I'm not happy anymore. I don't want to live together anymore. That's how easy it was. And I was upset for a period of time because he just said, okay, I respect your wishes. I'll move out and everything. You can keep everything, I'll just buy it. And I'm like, no, you can take whatever you want. No, of course I'm not going to leave you with nothing. Very nice. And I even went with him to help him find a place. People were just kind of like, are you moving in? We're like, no, we're separating. Yeah. And that was for a year. We were separated. But we still hung out all the time. Hung out. I still hang out with him now in spirit. But, and then after a year, we were getting on, and obviously the pressure of not living together, the dynamics was different, and he asked me whether or not he, you know, we could try again, he could move back in. And I do know that I said yes, just for, my heart wasn't, I kind of wish he hadn't have asked that. I felt like I'd been put in a bit of a predicament. So, and I did say yes, and that lasted, I think, from the April until it was the November that I openly said I'm going to split up again with him because this just isn't working. And then I decided to actually move away and not be so close to him, because it seemed that, especially if I was lonely, we'd just like be drawn back together, and it was just, I knew I didn't want to be in a commitment, or I knew that he wasn't the one. Anyway, the Three of Cups, we've just read that. The end of a difficult or exhausting period in your life. Cynthia, yes, the sixes have been appearing also. Have you looked up the meaning of them? Emirates and sixes. I'm counting the buttons here. 2, 4, 6, 7, 6. 6. Maybe someone's seeing the sevens. Okay. I only had 38% battery, so I will try and get back on a bit later on. I just wanted to get a reading done now. I've had a great time. Where have you been? I seem to have coffee mates, like, on the handle of the cup. On the handle. Here, it's like it totally missed the cup, and I blew it off, but it was still there. Harmony, appreciation, self-sacrifice, loyalty, and responsibility. Do you know, the last three of those I feel are really top of the masculine's list. Self-sacrifice, loyalty and responsibility, but to who? To others for a long time. Not so much, I feel this masculine knows what his responsibilities are, doesn't need to be told, but more, it's like he's let himself go of his obligations. There's a difference when you feel obligated to do something. You don't really want to do it, but you feel obligated, like it's your responsibility. It's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to be a good role model. It's going to have a massive impact on our future generation. A good role model for yourself, your children. The knock-on effects, your grandchildren, your great-great-grandchildren will be adopting a different approach to life. A wise approach to life. Okay. Oh, I feel itchy. Someone feels itchy in their own skin. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Now it may get noisy because we have like a new tap being put in. But it's going to be an outside tap going outside, so I don't really know the process for that. Whether we will hear drilling, or that's why I decided to come on. Well, it's 2222 on the counter. Oh, I'm going to go to the written in the cards decks. Princess of Wands. That's nice. Divine Feminine's energy. You must be my lucky star. That's what wants to come from. 'Cause you shine on me wherever you are. I just think of you and I start to glow. Are the next words about reading like your mind and then baby you'll know? Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. Starlight, star bright, make everything alright. I had a great time with him all night. All night long, all night. Geez, you guys were all like canoodling yesterday. We had moon cookies with hands everywhere in the truck, I think, with her DM. You've been up all night with him, having a great time. And the toughest conversations with the best outcomes. And just actually, I feel after having like that tough conversation, I don't actually really feel that any conversations are tough. And I kind of lose my empathy because I do remember how frightening it is to speak up and how you can put it off and you prepare yourself and then you kind of bottle out. I do remember that. But I also remember after doing such acts, oh, the freedom. It doesn't even kind of matter what the response or whatever. It's just that I spoke up. You know, I spoke my truth. Wow. We got the death energy here. This again is the karmic energy. She could be giving this masculine like an ultimatum to be or not to be. Now that is the question. The thing is, there's a point when somebody asks you something and, you know, you've got to choose whether or not you answer truthfully. Okay. Written in the cards. Age 12 plus. There's an immature energy coming out here. She might be acting like a toddler. Temper tantrum. Throwing a temper tantrum. Very attractive. It's not. I was going to say the other thing that's very unattractive is a drunk woman. It's very true. Well, yeah, that's fine. Low power mode. The dirty. Does that look like the internet connection? Has she turned off like the internet connection? Got no internet. That's like when you kind of confiscate things from, or you say to your kids, I'll turn the Wi-Fi off. It's like, a sure way to get your kids to hate you. Turn the Wi-Fi off. Take away their contact to the outside world. Punish them. The dirty. You know, I spoke about raising children differently. That's not necessary. That causes more arguments, frustration, and it doesn't achieve anything. The dirty, the trendy, well, that's what everyone else does. I was taken to, like, back in the day, everyone would smack their children. They smack their bottoms. That's not trendy anymore, is it? You kind of can't do that. Lots of frustration with how do you bring your kid into line, into alignment. By you staying in alignment. By you not losing your cool. Before I was awakened, I would lose my cool. It would be frustrating. My husband might lose his cool a bit more. One of the reasons why I wanted to separate. I was thinking about that today. Because I could have tolerated me and him. It wasn't that bad. But the way we parented, different. And the children just loved being with me. And I started to feel guilty. It's like, come on, you've got to go and, like, spend time with your dad. Or they would complain when it was him looking after them. And obviously when I told him that, before I told him, I told my children. Oh no, first time I didn't. The second time, I told them first. I said, I'm going to separate from your dad again. And they're absolutely for it, and for moving away. And they knew that it was for the best. But my children would tell you, like my mum and dad, like they were best friends. Really good friends. We were. The trendy. I don't think that stand together for the kids is trendy either. Hear the sirens outside. Hi, Jess. I'm at work, but wanted to say hi. Thank you for saying hi, darling. Supposed to see DM tonight, but it's going to be postponed till tomorrow. Can't wait to be with him. So, are you already predicting the postponement, or have you already had confirmation that it's going to be postponed until tomorrow? Don't cry about that. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Ball. When you're on the ball. Let's say that. We could talk about football if you like. Ball. When you're on the ball. Okay, here's work stuff going on. And you can respect that, can't you? Okay. Oh, it's so exciting, eh? But tomorrow will give us more. There you go. The divine will organise it so that you can have more delicious time together. Cynthia will be spending the night with a good girlfriend and a handful of divine children. Bear has a play date. Very nice. Enjoy your play date, Bear. Get longer tomorrow, Jess. That's the way they like it. Sirens again. They don't like saying goodbye. Have a look at the bottom of the deck. Stranger. Hello, stranger. I thought that said the plan. The plane. Stranger things. Whoa, did you hear them all downstairs? Oh, beep. Stranger things could happen. Things get stranger and stranger. You know, this energy here is like, well, I don't know, and it's okay to not to know. Okay, right. Let's have a look at the Greek mythology cards. After he kisses our cheek, our response is always, see you. Don't think I've ever said bye to DM. Eye-opening. The Graces, festivities. These are collective of masculines that are getting ready. Festivities and a reason to celebrate. No, it's a time of celebration. The Graces. Let's read about this. Whereabouts is the book? Thank you. I can hear the platform announcer. The Graces supported pleasurable activities such as festivals of art, music, dancing and song, which they would imbue with light, pleasure, sweetness and charm. The ancient Greeks valued shared occasions and the performing arts, maybe because they brought people together in social cohesion, and the warmth brought joy to their hearts. It gave them something beautiful and refined to admire, something other than war. The Graces would bring festival joy into any gathering with their smiles. Okay, there's something else I remember. The word smile, okay. The Graces would bring festive joy into any gathering with their smiles, and they introduced poise and charm, enhancing any moment. They served the social occasion and beautified the atmosphere. where Ursula is a fucking nightmare, apparently, in a social environment. She'll try to steal your voice, won't she? Steal your song. Where the Divine Feminine here, look. Oh, you're not an issue at all. They served a social occasion and beautified the atmosphere. Perhaps this card indicates that you will soon be enjoying a festive occasion where the graces would be would be welcome. Hello, stranger. Love you all. Gotta go for now. I tried to catch up later. Oh, about the smiling. See you later, Spotted Pony. Jess, there's an Ursula we work with. She broke us up thinking he'd be with her. There you go then. When I done the thumbnail, it says smile for your thumbnail. I'd never noticed that again. And we're talking about under the thumb with this reading. Yeah, I'm just putting the syncs together. Ursula is your favourite Disney villain, but my least favourite co-worker. Karma will get her. Like that chameleon energy. Karma chameleon. You come and go. Perhaps this card indicates that you will soon be enjoying a festive occasion where the graces would be welcome, or it may be time to consider organising a social occasion. Here, I just looked like I had these. What's this coming out of my ear here? And then her arm looks like something. What does that say? Damn. I can't beat that, Cynthia. No, the eyes won't focus. Sorry about that. Or does it say damn? I was thinking about who my favourite villain is. Maybe Captain Hook. He's like a pathetic villain, isn't he? He's just a scaredy cat, really. Who's afraid of crocodiles and clocks. Tick-tock. Afraid of the pressure of the tick-tock, tick-tock. Time's a ticking. Sometimes we can forget how... I'm just going to wait for the train to go by. Sometimes we can forget how the simple pleasures of laughter and the uplifting thrill of shared friendship can make us feel it is time to enjoy. Good card. Right. Journey of Love. I'm singing a bit of the Spice Girls. Actually, I've been singing this song all day at work. Stop right now. Thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. Hey, you, always on the run. Gotta slow it down, baby. Gotta have some fun. The Break-In. Card number 65. You are breaking apart. You might not understand it at all. There is not so much to be understood, but the simplicity doesn't mean it is easy to endure. You may worry that you are going too far, that you may not recover, or ever come back together again. But what can you do? Can you hold back from the divine love that calls you, that lures you into becoming all that you are, to remembering your divine nature? Well, you could try, but for what purpose? temporary rest before the storm at best. So take the rest if you need it, then dive into the storm. Let yourself be broken-hearted by the divine, so that you can become your truth, become all that you are meant to be. It is better to have the heart broken so that it grows, than to be broken-hearted by thinking that you must protect yourself from love. This oracle brings compassionate guidance that no matter what sadness or anger, despair or frustration you may feel, you are being pulled apart, not by... We'll just take a moment, shall we? No, not yet. I'm sorry, I'm answering a question about am I going to let my hair down yet? No, not yet. It's too early. And it's hot. So, later on. Burning hero. Can we carry on? It is better to have the heart broken so that it grows than to be broken-hearted by thinking that you must protect yourself from love. This oracle brings compassionate guidance that no matter what sadness or anger, despair or frustration you may feel, you are being pulled apart not by dark forces, but by the loving embrace of the divine, as it strips you of that which will keep you from your divine realization. Let go and break. It is going to be the making of you. The poem's called Love. Love is a special closeness that sings from the heart, that warms my days and nights, that feels good, that makes me smile, that makes me glad to be alive. Oh my God, all that amazing energy that's being sent out there to the universe when you're loving with your lover. That's beautiful, isn't it? I think it's beautiful. What should we, I know, I will get one of those. I wanted to maybe get one of these earlier on. I thought about it earlier. That's what I meant. Right, and I don't know. How long have I been on for? 43 minutes. I do want to end with something has... I'm not sure which one. The Mother Mary. Okay. Look at this. All I can see is like a figure. It's kind of floating. It looked like someone's floating sideways. Can you see that? Like they're flying. Like Superman. See the little faces there? One arm spread out, one arm spread out, and they're kind of... That's what I see. Okay. You're back. I'm on maybe the second to last card. Back. Full stop. Illuminate the shadow. Focus on a solution. I read this card the other day. I'm not going to read it again. No, I'll read a little bit of it. That's the wrong book. Maybe I should read number 21 in here. I can do what I want. She is the moon. So it says, illuminate the shadow, focus on a solution. The light of the moon ebbs and flows. The wisdom of patience is not about waiting around for something to happen rather than getting up and getting it done. The wisdom of patience is that of the gardener who consults the lunar calendar, the lunar calendar, the right timing, promoting growth, planting when there is fertile soil, and allowing the soil to rest and replenish when it needs to. You are being asked to check in with your timing. Is now the time for action or for rest? It can change quickly. Well, that last card said that. Like, if you need the rest, then take it before you dive into the storm. I think it said that. Is now the time for action or for rest? It can change quickly, just like the phases of the moon. If you are unsure, that's okay too. Perhaps you are waiting for more light to reveal the way as the moon grows full. All things come in time. Your message comes through this oracle. Your manifestation is unfolding in perfect timing. If you feel something isn't happening fast enough or is happening quickly, and you are unsure if you are really ready, be assured all is well. Hold on a second, because I'm being tickled around here by some hair. Let's go that side. If something is not clear to you, and you would like it to be more so, the clarity you seek will come to you. Do not worry. Do not try to force the insight. Just be with what is happening now and trust. You are moving and growing, and all is well. Soon you will see that for yourself, just as the moon grows, full and revealing, even in the midst of deepest night. Just tickles the back of my neck. I keep looking at a sign up there. Have a good day. Got a notebook. Have a good day. Love, Meg. Right, the poem is Waiting. These moments are precious, like jewels on the crown of life. They beckon my heart, forming memories that sparkle with joy, and like the longing of a sweet caress, they draw me near, melting into one, showing what is possible on the journey of life, waiting for the seasons change. Let's finish with a Mother Mary card. I was on for quite a long time, wasn't I? Not really 15 minutes. Our Lady who prevents interference. 10%. Who's interfering? Okay. Give me a chance to shuffle. And I'd like a drink first before we read the message. I want you back, I want you back, I want you back for good. Our Lady of Radiant Grace. Well, this comes in with, seeing as we've got the Graces here. Now, why was I drawn to go to the Mother Mary card, the decks? Because the Breaking card had red and blue swirling around it. Now, Rumi isn't a blue deck, it's a purple deck. But I just felt the Mother Mary deck's red. And then we have her, like, with the masculine here, the blue. Look at that cross he's got. Around his neck. Card number 33. Oh, do you know 22 was Our Lady who prevents interference? And we seem to be talking about like the number synchronisations, the doubles, 5s, 4s, 6s, 7s possibly, 3s, 2s, 1. Let's count down. I'm like on page 133 here. Okay, it's page 139. Card number 33, Our Lady of Radiant Grace. The descent of my grace changes everything. Your body, your mind and your soul are brought to life in new ways, and freedom opens up to you. Can you release your familiarity with and attachment to old ways of being? Can you release your expectation of enslavement and control? You are my child, and when you place your trust in me, I allow no one to harm you. No thing to confine your spirit. You are free to live boldly and expansively. There shall be no prison for your soul, beloved of mine. Your soul shall be in love with the earth and fly free. Like an animal that has been wounded and must learn to release aggression and distrust in order to know love and tenderness, we too must learn how to trust again and again. The nature of modern culture is that it tries to kill the soul and break the spirit. We are pushed and prodded into fitting into stereotypes, humbled into believing we are not enough just as we are, and manipulated into believing we must buy our way into status in order to have worth. The body is humiliated by comparisons and judgments, and the spirit is divided by beliefs that if you cannot see or touch it physically, then it isn't real. You aren't in the real world if you believe in spiritual matters, and you are delusional and naive if you aim to live from love rather than from scarcity, power games, and fear. This is part of the test of being human. We are born to rise above these humiliations and disparagements, to become stronger than them, wiser than them. In doing so, we help liberate others as well, showing the way, a more authentic and healing way to live. We were born not to fear our bodies and deny our spirits, but to love the earth and fly with the wings of the Holy Mother's grace. Even with powerful and marvellous wings upon our back, and the perfect current in the air through which to soar into freedom and exhilaration, if we do not trust enough to leap, all that comes to nothing. So in that breaking card I picked up, I felt like it was someone. I'm sure you can see what someone flying. It's like red. Like under, say, for the hair, under the arms. You can see a foot there. To live into our divine destiny, which is so much nobler, more compassionate, kind, emotionally rich, creative, and rebellious than modern culture would have us believe, we need to trust. We need to trust that we are enough and that we are worthy of receiving. This is not some misplaced sense of entitlement or belief that the world owes us, or that the suffering of others only matters, if at all, when we have all our own needs met. The spiritual grace of the Holy Mother does not revolve around immature tantrums or thwarted egos. The ability to receive what this oracle speaks of requires the genuine, heart-centered realization that the divine lives and breathes as us and wants to come into full expression through all that we are, unique talents and quirky visions included. For this trust to manifest, and for us to be freed from self-imposed prisons that would lock us into fearful doubt and confusion, we need the radiant grace of Our Lady. That radiant grace is sunlight, cutting through cloud and illuminating the earth in golden light. That grace is the joyful gasp that erupts from your lips when you witness a spontaneous, beautiful moment in the natural world. That is the grace that lifts us. We see that the door on the cage we once believed ourselves to be locked within is actually not locked at all. That grace is the chappelle we need to kick the door open and dare to step outside. It is the Divine Mother standing on the other side of the unlocked cage door that we have just kicked open, beckoning us to join her. She stands there in a lush field of wild flowers. You can see the similarity. She stands there in a lush field of wild flowers, hair blowing in the wind, calling to us. She says, "Come here, beloved of mine. Step into this wild world with me. We have so much to share together, and with the rest of the world. Let's go rattle some cages. Freedom awaits all of my children." This oracle comes to you at a time when, whether you are conscious of it or not, a greater spiritual embodiment is upon you. This will take great courage to accept. You are not necessarily feeling control or understand some of the changes in relationships and life circumstances that happen as a result of this greater divine presence manifesting within your being. These changes are manifesting through the Mother's grace to allow for you to be free. Remember that freedom does not mean being alone. Freedom comes with a sense of living your destiny without obstruction. That will include having deep and connected relationships that feed and nourish the soul. Allow the Mother to flow into your heart and be with you as you trust in what is unfolding now through her radiant grace. This was just such an awesome reading, wasn't it? Healing process and affirmation. You feel the dark red earth beneath your feet and it feels solid and supportive. A warm breeze moves about your body and the light is golden. You sense Mother Mary standing beside you. Page number 141. I said I'm seeing like the ones, the fours. 141, 144, 441. You sense Mother Mary standing beside you, dressed in red robes, flecked with gold. She smiles at you, as though you are her oldest friend, and passes you the edge of her thick red cape. The cape is heavy and strong, and as you hold it, the warm breeze turns into a strong wind. Are you like serious? This fly in here that I picked up on. She's got a red cape. The cape is heavy and strong, and as you hold it, the warm breeze turns into a strong wind. Together you run like children and leap into the air, lifted and free. Stay with this sensation for as long as feels good for you. And when you are ready, your feet gently touch the ground once more. The rich red earth beneath your feet feels solid and supportive. Finish the healing process with this affirmation said aloud, preferably 3 times. Let's do it. The radiant grace of the Holy Mother Mary lives within my heart, freeing my body and soul to thrive. I open now to the fulfillment of my spiritual destiny through her grace. The radiant grace of the Holy Mother Mary lives within my heart, freeing my body and soul to thrive. I open now to the fulfillment of my spiritual destiny through her grace. One more time. The radiant grace of the Holy Mother Mary lives within my heart, freeing my body and soul to thrive. I open now to the fulfillment of my spiritual destiny through her grace. So be it. Thanks for joining me, everybody. It's an hour. Okay, always is. Did you just see that fairy then? We might come back and do a fairy reading. We'll see what transpires. Okay, have yourself a fantastic day, afternoon, evening, and I'll catch up with you soon. Okay, so until then, take care, much love. Bye for now.